So, hello and good morning to everyone. How are you? Hope you all are fine, fit, and healthy at your home. So, today, the chapter which we are going to study, that is being loyal to oneself. What is the meaning of it? The meaning is very simple here, that we always must be loyal, we always must be honest. Okay, so what we are going to study here. So, before we start to study or read this chapter, we need to find out the things which is given here. Do you get a warning from a voice inside you, whatever you are about to do something wrong? So, have you got such warning voice which comes to our soul, or which can be said that it comes from our inner soul? So, have you heard any voice like that? Whenever you are going to commit any wrong thing or wrong activity, just see that. Just imagine that. Have you ever found that voice or not? And the second question is here: do you ignore the voice that tries to check you time and again? So, if such voice came to us, have we ignored it? Just imagine of yourself. Imagine about these questions. The voice definitely comes to us whenever we try to commit any wrong activity. The voice comes to stop us, not to commit that activity or not to commit that practice. Okay, so here we are going to study such uh, things. So, in this story, there is a boy, Raghu. Okay, so let's just start. Raghu was disturbed. He could hear a small voice from within asking him to be truthful and change his path. So here Raghu was one day very upset. He was disturbed that he could hear a small voice from within asking him to be truthful and change his path. A voice regularly coming to him and trying to stop him from whatever he is committing. Maybe the wrong thing. That's why the voice is coming to him again and again. But he always did what his friends decide to do. And what he used to do? He used to walk on the path of his friends. Whatever his friends used to tell, he used to perform on their decided things. वो अपने दोस्तों के कहे अनुसार चलता था। उसके दोस्त जो भी बोल देते थे वो वैसा काम करता था। Most of the time, whatever they decide called for keeping things a secret. So sometimes what happens, not only sometimes, most of the times it happens that whatever they decide to do, they called that secret. They called that the things must be secret. ये एकदम secret होना चाहिए. And what were the works? Bunking classes or telling lies to parents. तो क्लासेस से बंक करना, क्लासेस को absent करना, पेरेंट्स से झूठ बोलना, these are their activities. ये उनकी activities हैं, वो ऐसा करते हैं. So you have to tell if the boys are doing wrong or right. If the boys are on right way or the wrong way. You have to decide it. Within this turbulent thoughts, Raghu went off to sleep and his inner fears appears in his dreams. So, with such kinds of light things, Raghu used to went Raghu went home, and when he tries to sleep, fear comes in his dreams. उसके सपनों में वो डर सा रहता है कि that I have committed something wrong, कि मैंने आज कुछ गलत किया है, and those comes to his dream, और वो उसके फिर सपनों में आते हैं. He saw how reluctant he was to dive in the swimming pool since he suffered from the fear of depth and height. Okay, so here Raghu says, or Raghu thought that how he was reluctant. He did not know how to swim. He suffered from the fear of depth and height. You can see in the picture. Suddenly, he was no longer in the swimming pool but a lake. And after some time, what Raghu found? Raghu found himself not in the swimming pool. He found himself in the lake. His foot caught in an underwater plant and he panicked. So when he was in the lake, he found that his legs were picked by some water plants. He could realize himself as he struggled hard to stand and float. वो अपने आप को पता है कि that वो बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल में है. Okay, he realized himself as he struggled hard to stand. वो पानी में ठीक तरीके से खड़े नहीं हो पा रहा है. Even he was not able to float. He had little practice and his limbs gave way to fear that gripped his sensibilities. Raghu started shouting for help, and then he heard Ramu Kaka, soft voice. Raghu Baba, wake up. It's just a dream. Open your eyes. Raghu obeyed the voice of Ramu Kaka to find himself safe in his room. But he was panting. So here, when Raghu was dreaming such things, he was trying hard to get out of the water, but he was helpless. He could not able to get out of the water. And he started shouting, help, help, help. And then he heard Ramu Kaka's voice in a soft voice. Ramu Kaka said, Raghu Baba, wake up. It's just a dream. ये सिर्फ एक सपना है. उठो, जाग जाओ. Raghu obeyed the voice of Ramu Kaka to find himself safe in his room. और जब वो रघु काका की आवाज को सुनता है, वो अपने आप को फिर सेफ पाता है. He found himself safe in his room. But he was panting. वो हाँफ रहा था. He was panting like that. And why it was happening? Because whenever we are in dreaming, okay, at that time, if the dream is of terror, so such things happen. Okay, अगर हम सपना देखते रहते हैं और सपने में ऐसी डरावनी चीजें आती हैं, then we fall into the such situations. Okay. Next, Raghu called his friend Sanju and wished to meet him. So Raghu called his friend Sanju and wished इच्छा जताई कि वो उससे मिलना चाहता है, he wanted to meet him. When Sanju came, Raghu told him that he had cancelled his program to accompany the group to swim in the lake. So as he, along with his friends, planned uh, for swimming in the lake, उन्होंने प्लानिंग किया था कि नेक्स्ट डे वो लोग स्विमिंग के लिए लेक में जाएंगे. बट as Raghu was caught by terror of as he had seen something in his dream, तो वो अब क्या है, स्विमिंग करने के लिए लेक में नहीं जाना चाहता, एंड ही वांटेड टू कैंसिल द प्रोग्राम. संजू आस्क्ड हिम, व्हाई डोंट यू वांट टू कम, तुम क्यों नहीं आना चाहते? इट्स फाइन, वी विल बी बैक बाय नून, जस्ट अ स्मॉल lie, that's all. So Sanju suggested him to tell lie to his parents. He suggested, he tried to pursue him that we will be back by noon. हम दोपहर तक आएंगे. सिर्फ छोटा सा झूठ बोलना है तुमको अपने पेरेंट्स से. Raghu replied, no, it's not about lying to parents. Raghu बोलता है, it is not about lying to parents. ये पेरेंट्स से झूठ बोलने वाली बात नहीं. They trust me so much that they will never doubt me. As every child, every one of you are trusted by your parents. अगर आप अपने पेरेंट्स से झूठ भी बोलेंगे ना, they will trust on you. But deliberately, if you do the things, then one day your parents will catch you. आपके पेरेंट्स आपकी झूठ पकड़ लेंगे. Okay, so Raghu replied, it's not a matter of lying to parents. They trust me so much that they will never doubt me. वो मेरे पे कभी डाउट नहीं करेंगे. It's about my inner voice. Here, Raghu told, it's about my inner voice. ये मेरी अंतर्म आत्मा की आवाज है. That I should not go. Okay, that tells me time and again that I am not being loyal to my own self. That each and every time a voice comes from me, मेरे अंदर से एक आवाज आती है, मेरे अंदर आत्मा से एक आवाज आती है, that I am not loyal to myself. मैं अपने लिए खुद लॉयल नहीं हूं. I'm not listening to myself. What we have to do, that we must listen ourselves. Okay, if a voice comes in our soul, so we must follow it. We must listen it. I'm doing what I am not supposed to do. Further, Raghu told that I am not doing what I am not supposed to do. तो मैं ऐसे काम कर रहा हूं जो मुझे नहीं करनी चाहिए. I'm taking risks that are beyond my capacity. I need to be careful with my adventurous plans. Okay, so it is very true. We all must be careful with our adventurous plans. जो भी हमारे adventurous plan है, हमें क्या करना चाहिए? हमें उसको अच्छे से प्लान करना चाहिए. Carefully we have to plan it. Okay. Next. What do you mean? Ask Sanju. Sanju asked him, what do you mean? My inner voice is issuing a warning. Okay, Raghu replied, my inner voice is issuing warning. It is reminding me of an incident that my father told me, wherein boys like us got themselves into trouble. So he says that It is reminding me of an incident that his father told him, wherein boys like that got themselves into trouble. तो उसके तरीके के जो लड़के हैं या उसके उम्र के जो लड़के हैं, बिना सोचे समझे जो भी काम करते हैं, they fall into the trouble. They got themselves into the trouble. और अपने आप को परेशानी में डाल देते हैं. Our parents discuss such things to warn us and educate us. Further, Raghu tries to explain Sanju that our parents used to discuss such things to warn us and to educate us. We lie because we know whatever we do is wrong. हम उनसे इसलिए झूठ बोलते हैं because whatever we are going to do, that is wrong and they will not be agree for that. इसीलिए हम उनसे झूठ बोलते हैं. So first thing, whatever you are going to do, whatever you decided to do, first tell your parents. Inform your parents. Okay, if your parents are not agree, so consider that something wrong is behind that work. आप समझ जाइए कि थोड़ा सा भी कुछ ना कुछ जो है रॉन्ग थिंग जो उस वर्क में है, जो काम आप करने जा रहे हैं, द वर्क विच यू आर गोइंग टू डू, something is lacking behind it, something wrong is behind that, and try to recognize it. What's wrong is going to be done, क्या गलत होने जा रहा. We must self introspect ourselves. हमें अपनी अंतरात्मा की खोज करनी चाहिए, हमें सेल्फ एग्जामिन करनी चाहिए. ओके, लेट्स प्रोसीड. Why should we go to the lake when we ourselves know that it may be dangerous? Raghu again tries to explain that why should we go to lake if we know that it may be the dangerous. ये डेंजरस हो सकता है, उसके बावजूद भी हम क्यों जाएं वहां. You will leave the group and the fun. That's not fair. तो संजू आर्ग्यू करता है that you are going to leave the group and the fun. That's not fair. ये अच्छी बात नहीं है कि तुम जो है ग्रुप को छोड़ना चाहते हो. What will they think about you? तो बोलते हैं कि अदर फ्रेंड्स जो है वो क्या सोचेंगे. I want to be honest about my fears. Raghu replied firmly that I want to be honest about my fears. I feel light and relaxed when I think about cancelling my program of swimming in the lake. So, Raghu replied again that having cancelled the plan of swimming in the lake, I am very relaxed. And I am not going to join the program anymore. I feel burdened when I think of going to the lake for an adventure. The lake is not a miniature one that we would draw in our art class. We try to explain Sanju that whatever lakes we used to draw in our art book, the lake is not as miniature as our art. वो उतना शांत नहीं है, वो उतना पीसफुल नहीं है लेक. It is a very dangerous place that we are going, and I am very relaxed now that I have cancelled the plan. It is huge, it is deep, and one of us have ever been beyond 6 feet deep swimming pool, and that too with our coaches standing right there for us, Raghu went on with conviction. So here, Raghu tries to explain that the lake is very deep, that the lake is very huge, and we, the boys, are unable to go beyond the 6 feet deep. As our स्विमिंग पूल, हमारा जो स्विमिंग पूल है उसमें भी हम 6 फीट से ज्यादा की जो गहराई है, डीप डेप्थ है, उसमें नहीं जा सकते. और उसमें भी इन द स्विमिंग पूल वी स्विम विथ आवर कोचेस. ओके, हमारे कोच जो हैं वो हमारे साथ में रहते हैं. एंड इन द लेक नोबडी विल बी देयर, कोई भी नहीं रहेगा. By evening, Sanju had informed the group, and everybody decided to meet Raghu at the cafe to push him into the program. So Sanju passed the message of Raghu to other friends, and all of them wanted to meet Raghu, and they called him to cafe, and they wanted him into the program. They wanted to push him into the program. वो जबरदस्ती उसको लेके जाना चाहते थे. But everybody was in for a surprise. So as Raghu went to the cafe, everybody got surprised. And why they got surprised? Sanju came there with his father. Okay, Sanju came there with his father, Mr. Gupta. He had bravely bravely confided in him everything. Raghu, who had been screaming in his sleep, now looked so fearless because now he knew that he would be safe. So in the evening, Sanju took his father to the cafe, and now Raghu was relaxed that he would be safe now. Nobody will push him into the program. Now, what Mr. Gupta told, let's understand. So, Mr. Gupta was cool about the program, but he insisted that the boys should inform their respective parents and guardians. Okay, so here Mr. Gupta was very cool. He was agree with the boys for the program, but he wanted that every boy must inform to their parents and guardians. सभी के सभी बच्चे अपने पेरेंट्स को और गार्जियंस को ये इंफॉर्मेशन दें that they are going to swim in the lake. They are having a program to swim in the lake. He came up with a solution to the whole challenge when he advised why don't you go with a professional team of divers who are equipped with expertise to face any challenge. So Mr. Gupta suggested or advised to the boys that they should go with a professional team. They should go with a professional team of divers and those who equipped very well and those who are very expert to face any challenge. किसी भी challenge को face कर पाए, ऐसे कुछ experts की team लेकर के जाओ आप. Like this, you will learn. और इस तरीके से करने से आप कुछ सीखोगे. Enjoy and above all be safe. Okay. safely you could enjoy the things. आप सारी चीजों को अच्छे से enjoy कर पाओगे. You will be enjoying them. In fact, I feel that the camp should be of 2 or 3 days so that you can receive proper know-how about such adventurous trip. So Mr. Gupta suggested you. It should not be for 1 day. It should not be for few hours. It should be for 2 to 3 days so that you could learn a proper lesson that how the adventurous trip used to be. You need to be equipped with clothes, life jackets, food, medical aid, and tents that a professional team would carry. Okay, so such things suggested by Mr. Gupta, and suggestion was very good. It would be like learning a few water sports along with some skills. So Mr. Gupta suggested all the boys or advised them that they should go with a professional team. They should learn something about the adventurous trip. The whole gang was stupefied as they realized that they would have been ill equipped and therefore unsafe with the whole Navy program they had chalked out. So when Mr. Gupta explained the boys understood the things that how ill equipped they are. They have planned an unsafe program. उनको लगा कि हमने एक अनसेफ प्रोग्राम प्लान किया है. They are not very well equipped. They had just they had just thought about swimming trunks and a few ropes for emergency. Okay, so what they have thought? They have just planned for this swimming trunks and a few ropes for emergency. They thanked Mr. Gupta, who was gracious enough to make a conference call to all parents to discuss the program. Okay, so at last they all thanked to Mr. Gupta, who was very kind to them, who suggested them very well. Okay. Later, Raghu was appreciated for his foresight, but the greatest learning was about being loyal to oneself by not ignoring the soft voice that simply guides each one of us. We always lie to our own selves before lying to others. So it is very wonderful line that we must listen ourselves. We must listen the soft voice which comes from our heart, which comes from our soul. That soft voice always protects us. Okay, as in the beginning I have told you that whatever work you are going to decide, whatever program you have planned, okay, once listen yourself, once do the self introspection, whether the program is good or not. Think over it once, twice, thrice. Just think over it. Okay, then perform it. Okay, so that much for today, and I hope you have understood the lesson. So, goodbye, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Goodbye.